Here with Miss Jarvis, and we're going to be interviewing her today. Can you recall your school days? Can you recall your school days when you were young? What would you like to tell us about them?
Donna Luna, line 2, please. Donna Luna, line 2.
And buckets or something. They commenced to dig a well at the school, and then they finished it. And it blew up and fell in. And we all go out there and sit down around that well and put our feet in the well, eat dinner.
Wow, that sounds like you had a good time. What schools did you attend? What schools did you attend?
Just a school teacher, one-room teacher.
Just a one-room teacher? Was there any certain name of the school, though?
She said Eaton.
Oh, Eaton.
What did you say?
You said Eaton was the name of your school, right? Okay. Is that all that you attended? Just that one school?
No, I went to Dollar School, and that's all I went to my last school at the little school.
At Dole?
And the old men come up here and spoiled it. And my first school, I heard them saying that they come back, they come up there, they had a still up there made whiskey. And they come back and sang, they said, "Sail away, ladies, sail away. God Almighty bless you, ladies, sail away." And I remember that happened in my first school.
Really?
That was in 1800 and something.
So you went to Eaton School and Dole School then?
And we went to Dollar School.
Okay. What was life like after you were finished with school? Did you have any boyfriends or anything?
Oh yeah, I had some boyfriends, but I never went to the boys till I got through school.
You were through school when you were dating? You were about through school when you were dating?
The first boy I ever went out with in a buggy, when we got back home, he said, "Gertrude, don't never let the boys hurt and kiss you." Now, you don't hear a boy say that today.
That's right. You don't hear him say, "Gertrude, don't let him kiss you." What kind of transportation besides the buggy did you have back then?
Horse riding.
Horse riding?
Yeah, I guess I rode 1,000 miles. I like to ride.
You like
We
to ride?
had a horse and ride up. My mother, she was, I was just 10 years old when my mother died. No, but I didn't know. But anyway, we was going to Sunday school. She was ready to go on that Sunday. And they went on out for a little piece, and the horse just right up on his hind feet. And she hollered, and I never let on. And he come up again, and she hollered again, told me to come back and get me another horse to ride.
She was afraid you were going to get hurt.
She didn't know that. And my daddy was raising 2 little mules, and my brother and me, he'd put the harness on with the mule tied up in the stable, and we'd have to go get that little mule and take him to the field at 9 o'clock for him to work. Didn't work this little thing. And when he went to ride them, he said, "The mules is gonna look just like they'd always been rode." We never did tell them when we'd get outside and ride it, we'd ride that them little mules to get inside of the daddy and just come off. And then then take it back and the gun goes out. And everything stopped. And then when it was broken, he didn't know it.
Do you remember when the first train came out and came through White County and all?
No, I don't really.
You don't remember?
I remember riding on one. My daddy and mother and all of those children were down at our uncle's, and it was about 2 miles from Dar. And they left those children down there to ride the bus on the train on the next day. My sister cried. She's scared to go.
She was scared?
Uh-huh.
Wow. But I bet you enjoyed it though, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Did you think it was fun?
Yeah, I thought it was fun. And I went from Huntsville, Alabama, with my brother, and got down there to Oklahoma. The man was crazy. They said he was in asylum. And my brother and this man, the lawyer of the man, he was taking this lawyer to this. I just tell you that. House, you know, and left him and me in the depot, and the last day, and the man went out and outside and sat down, and that old thing just did this way, and I just stood there, and I got up and went out. And they was out back on the train to go on to Huntsville. He's right behind me. I just stood there and pulling my neck back, just cutting it off.
Oh. Do you remember riding in your first car?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I remember.
What kind of car was it?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
No, it was Mom's car. We come stay daily, and we take us for a car ride.
I bet you like those car rides. How old were you in that car when you were riding in the car ride, when you went with your uncle riding?
I guess about 16.
16? How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I had 2 brothers, but then I had one that died.
He died?
One died. I remember my brother that lived was born in 94, and the other baby was born in 96. And I remember the baby, I wanted to mess it, and my baby tried to put a pillow in the lap, and my baby put the little baby on the floor, and then he came home, and mother cried. And I wondered what she was crying about. I don't know.
So you had 2 brothers,
That 2 brothers.
and you don't have any more, you didn't have any sisters?
Had one sister.
Or one sister?
She died in childbirth. Had 8 children. 2 of them like 3 regulars, and 6 still produced in the and I can't hardly ride at all. I can't.
So your one sister had 8 children?
My sister had 8 children.
You had one sister and 2 brothers and 1 died. How many children do you have?
Sonia Wilson, line 1, please. Sonia Wilson, line 1.
One that lived and 1 died. Were they boy, girl?
Both boys.
Both boys.
The one that lived was born in 1914, August of 26. And the other one was born in 1919. That's all right.
Is your other son still living today? Is your other son living today?
Sonia Wilson, line 1, please. Sonia Wilson, line 1.
Can you remember when you got married? Can you remember when you got married?
Can I remember when we got married?
Yes.
Yes, I can remember.
Do you know what year that was?
1911, and the first day of November, 1911.
1st of November, 1911. What was your husband's name?
Brown Jarvis.
Brown?
Brown Jarvis.
Brown Jarvis. And where was he from? Was he from White County?
Yeah, he lived on one side of the mountain, and I lived on the other side.
You both lived on opposite sides of the mountain, huh? What mountain was that? Bon Air?
Spring.
Gum Spring Mountain?
Uh-huh.
Is your husband still alive today?
Uh,
Is your husband still alive today?
no, he died in 55.
55? Was he in World War II or World War I?
He never was in the army.
He's never in the army.
He got his leg broken. He wasn't able to go.
Oh, his leg got broken? What?
Got his leg broken in 1914.
1914. Well, can you remember anything important that's changed in here in White County?
And God,
Do you know anything important that's changed here in White County?
well, there's a lot of things that's changed, but I don't know that I can tell it tonight.
Just some of the real important stuff, you know? Some of the most important things that have happened.
Then you have to help me on that one.
What did you say?
Like, what changes, the major changes?
Airplanes and
What you do.
Airplanes and trains. Do you remember what year trains and cars switched out? You know, when people started driving cars instead of riding trains?
Well, I just can't hardly understand you.
you're gonna have to talk a little louder.
Do you remember what year that people switched from trains to cars? People started riding in cars more?
Well, about 24,
1924?
we got a new car, and so many people come to ride in it, I had to get them in a ride over somebody else.
You had to get a ride with somebody else? Well,
We've always had a lot of company. Guess how many house in 4 years I kept a record.
you kept a record how many people came to your house?
Yeah.
How many people came?
Huh?
About 100.
33, 140 something. And there's a whole lot of 3,000 people come.
I need a nurse tech in room 42, please. A nurse technician to room 42.
We had a lot of company.
Played bingo and people came in.
They charged and had a really good time.
You know what kind of card games you played then?
Huh?
You know what card games you played?
I didn't play them myself. I used to play when I literally played.
John Manny, line 1, please. John Manny, line 1.
The book or figures on them. I don't know. I don't know much about card playing now.
You get the same kind of card and that'd be a book.
Uh-huh.
Still got that. Well, do you know, like, do you remember when they built the new courthouse here?
When what?
What year they built the new courthouse?
No, I don't remember when the build is. It's not been long ago.
Well,
I've been down here 5 years and I don't know much. Happened since then.
John Manny, line 1, please. John Manny, line 1.
well, why don't you tell us a story or two about something that you...
Tell them about the chicken that you taught to sing.
Tell us about a chicken you taught to sing.
Oh, yeah. I taught a chicken to sing. My son had a hen to hatch up in the barn loft. We got 2 little chickens up there, and I put them in the bird cage and take them out and feed them, put them back. I think she got up big. I told her to sing, tat, 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 tat. And she wouldn't do it, and I finally got her to sing. And a man come and brought my dash I brought a dash to feed for him. And I told him about that. He said, Miss Jarvis, I don't believe a word in the world of that. I said, well, I don't care what you believe tonight. I said, it's true. He said, the next gas I bring, I'll come late and I want to hear that chicken sing. I told him, all right. I knowed he was out there putting the gas in the tank, but I never let on. He come to the door and said, I want to hear that chicken sing. I said, all right. And I went out to the hen house and got her. And I told her to tat-tat, and she tat-tatted. And he said, I'll never accuse you of lying no more.
What was the name of that little chicken?
I didn't have it named, I don't like it.
That you taught to sing, huh?
And I learned a dog to talk.
You taught a dog how to talk?
It was my son's dog, and I said, he died, and they moved me from my house down to his house. And it was his dog, and she was named Pearl. I said, Pearl.
Judy Gibson, line 1, please. Judy Gibson, line 1.
Yes, I said that to her 200 times. And one day I said, Pearl, don't you love me a little bit? She said, oh, no. And that just tickled me dead. And she talked ever since till somebody ran over and killed her. I hated it so bad. And one little case, and I had this police platform rock wave, scales. And I taught a little case to come get up in the free house, and there's two big rocks to get up in the free house. We come and got up in the free house, and I was over at my brother's, and over at Max, and Ruby and Beatrice was there, and they didn't believe it. They said they was going to take me home to see that, and they didn't believe it, see it, but they did.
Judy Gibson, line 1, please.
So nobody believed you could get a calf or a chicken or a cat or anything to talk to, did they? Nobody believed you could get them animals to do what you wanted them to.
Right now.
Nobody believed that you could get them to do it.
They didn't believe me, but it was so. And like a little pig, the same thing, and he'd go get up on the scales too. I had to put a plank on the scales with the calf, because those calves were big in the scales. There's John Anderson scales that I had.
John Anderson scales?
Yeah, he had the store and he died, and my husband went and got both scales.
Tell them about going and visiting with the wagon.
Go and visiting with the wagon.
Huh?
Go and visiting with the wagon.
Oh, we went, my mother had a sister at Lake Mentor, and we went to see her. We went in a wagon, and we got down there and turned off the awful cold. And we put a stove in the back end of the wagon, put a fire in it, and we went home and got home warm, you know. And I don't know what else to tell you about it. I thought that you were.
That's okay. That's okay. Those are some good stories.
Daryl Johnson, call station 2, please. Daryl Johnson.
Tell them about the walnuts that Ruby sent you.
The walnuts that Ruby sent you.
The nuts that Ruby.
The nuts that Ruby sent to you.
Joe McPee.
I tell that one. That's different.
We girls were just tired in our closets, student, and we cleaned up the house and burnt the papers in the stove. And our English class was the first to make the dinner, and the school teacher come back up on that stove. He didn't stay there long, and he come out with burning, you know. And I turned all of our books over and wrote in them. He that sitteth down on a red hot stove shall arise immediately. And never thought about him getting the book the next day.
Oh.
We started class and he got it. He looked at me, he knows my handwriting, you know, I couldn't deny it. I thought sure he's gonna get me. I never did get evicted, but I thought I was gonna get them that time.
He who sits on a hot stove gets up immediately.
Huh?
He who sits on a hot stove gets up
Miss
immediately.
Williams, call 34. Miss Williams, call 34.
Immediately, yes, that's what he said. I don't know anything else or not.
You say you only had 5 people in your classroom?
They all five, I put it in all of the books.
In everybody's book?
Yeah, all five of us.
Okay.
I like the story you tell about Ruby sending the nuts from Alaska.
Oh, that was my niece. She and her husband was in Alaska. He was in service, and she sent her mother and daddy in, and my husband and me or something like that. And she told him not to give me my present till after she had given me my walnuts. And she sent me 4 walnuts. I gave my brother one, his right one, and my husband one, and I ate one. I put all them hulls back in the little box, sent it back to Alaska for a refill. I never got it though.
You sent them back to get some more, but never got them.
No, I never got them.
She wanted a refill.
On the hulls.
What kind of work did you do when you were young?
What kind of work did you do when you were young?
What kind of work? Oh, I worked in the field with my daddy.
In the,
After I married him, I worked here in the field with my husband. I drove the tractor all day, cutting weeds, and drove the tractor. Binder all day, I cut weeds, and I raked hay, and never did rake much hay, but I'd have hauled it. I just didn't come up.
what farm did you work on? Where at? In what county? Where was the farm that you worked at?
In Gumstring community. Do you know where that is?
No.
Well, I think they
It's across the Gum Spring Mountain down toward Shady Grove and
do you know where Shady Grove is?
Oh, across Gum Spring Mountain? On the other side of Gum Spring Mountain?
Let's see, I lived about 2 miles with me and my husband lived about 2 miles apart, raised about 2 miles apart.
Before you got married, did you know who lived over there?
Do what now?
Before you got married, did you know who lived that close to you?
I lived where he lived. And I always liked to ride the horses.
Like to ride the horses?
And my grandson now lives at Cookville. He's an overseer of the Cookville farm up there. And he likes to ride. One time, someone wanted to buy some boy coming from a pony, and someone wanted for quarters. And he came up to my house for me to give him some money. They did the little pony with. That little pony went and they come on in the house just like they did.
Walked into the house with you? He walked into the house with you?
Yes, he walked up the steps, walked in the house. And I bought it for him. It was Simon had $40 all he had right then. And he came to me to give him $100. And he had that little pony, and he fell off of it. He'd get up, and the pony would stop, and he'd get back up on it. And I always liked to ride horses.
tell them what you rode recently, the four-wheeler.
I told him, yeah. My grandson came up there and drove his four-wheeler to ride on the farm, around and around. And he took me for a ride. And my grandson, he tied this chair on behind the four-wheeler, and he got in it. And we went for a ride.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it. I always did want to ride a motorcycle, but I never did get to.
You always wanted to ride a motorcycle?
I couldn't ride a bicycle. I used to think I was going to go crazy. And they told me I would never go crazy. Didn't have to take a very smart person to go crazy. But I didn't have to think like that. So I'm up here now just doing first one little thing and nothing can do much of anything.
Why don't you show us some of the stuff you made right here? What's this right here? Is this a little bowl you made? Or is this just stuff you put your weaving stuff in?
Tell them about the things you've been making.
What's this right here?
That's a bed basket. I've got the handle here, and I've got it made. And that's a cat.
It's a cat right here.
It's got a face like a possum, and I'm going making the cat's got just a straight face. And that one's got a sharp face here. I'm going to put eyes in it.
And this is a little owl you made.
And that one there, that's a hoot owl. And this eye over here, and I'm going to take his eyes off and put some more on him.
That's cute. You're shot. And what's this right here?
That's a little cat.
A little cat?
Uh-huh.
You like cats, don't you?
I used to. I reckon the only time my daddy ever whipped me was to have a cat. And the cat one night saved me from being robbed. We come up here at the fair, and someone got hit in the head with a ball, and we took him to the hospital to see how he was. And this little lady getting in, and Curtis brought me to the house, to my house, and the cat is on the porch, and I said, "Oh, it's not Curtis." I said, "Somebody's been in, the cat's out." He got out, and they had cut the screen wire clear down in the window, and that cat was in the house. I left her in the house, and she heard them, and she made a racket, and I know that's how come they left. They didn't ever get in, but she got out. Oh, we went off to Nature one time and left her in the house. She's just as sweet and good as she could be.
What's the cat's name? Did you have a name for it?
Misty.
Misty?
Misty, M-I-S-T-Y.
Why did your daddy whip her about the cat?
Why did your dad whip you about the cat?
Oh, I wanted him in the house, and we didn't have no screens. And that's the only whipping he ever gave me, I reckon.
It's the only whipping you ever got?
No. My mother put it down on me.
Ask her about what she had for her wedding day for dinner.
What'd you have for dinner for your wedding day? What did you eat on your wedding day?
Oh, I ate fried pumpkin and cornbread crust.
Fried pumpkin and a cornbread crust?
Crust on the cornbread,
How do you make that?
I can make the pumpkin, just put it and cook it and put it out and still it and fry it in grease. So, did you ever eat it? Oh, I love fried pumpkin.
Do you?
I like the fried pumpkin seeds.
You do? Yes, you are.
I never had pumpkin by itself though. I've only had the seeds before.
I love fried pumpkin. I don't eat no dinner or supper. When I go to eat, hot water just comes up in my mouth. And all I do is just spit, spit, spit.
But do you eat breakfast?
Yeah, I can eat breakfast. But I can eat supper and dinner, neither one.
You've lived longer than any of your family. Why do you think that you...
What she said.
You've lived longer than any of your family. Why do you think that you have?
Yeah, I live them all. I don't know what I'm here for, but for some purpose, but I don't know why.
I think it was hard work.
Was it hard work? Do you think it was hard work?
Hard work.
That made you live.
No, I don't think we're working on anybody. Unless you just get hurt or working. I've always worked. What is that, my crochet needle?
No, this is a little safety pin. Your crochet needle's under the owl right there. You stuck in the owl. I got it.
You'll have to tell me something else.
What kind of advice would you give to young people like us?
What?
What kind of advice would you give to young people like us? What kind of advice would you give to young people like us?
Well, I don't know. Mind the parents if they have siblings.
Mind the parents?
I had good parents. I remember my mother killing a snake one day. And she went on to milk. And she come back. There was a snake in the, what do they call her? There's a joint itself out there, right up to a piece of it and pick it up. And she thought she killed it. It flew apart, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And she did find the kid's head. And I went out one evening, it was real late, almost dark, to fasten the hen house door. And I come back, I stepped up on this step, and then stepped up on the action of this right foot, and I was standing on a snake. Oh, I just scolded, you could have heard me on my husband come out and said, what in the world the matter you? I said, I'm just standing on a snake. This tail is just a hooking me. I've been hit by a snake.
Didn't you jump off of him?
No, I stood on it. I know the brightness. I stood on it till my husband come up and killed his head.
Oh.
And I went to the garden one time to hoe. I told my mother-in-law I'm going in the garden to hoe a little. I went in and hoed something like that. I had on high-top shoes, something. And I looked down, it was a snake. I killed it and went back in the house. And I said, she said, I thought you was going to hoe. I said, snake. I went to, so I told her, I believe I'd go feed my little turkeys. I had a bunch of turkeys. They said, "Purr, purr, 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 purr," and just wouldn't roost. Quit hurting its arm, so I looked around, there's a little snake, just standing up and doing that. I killed him, went back in. She said, I thought you was going to feed the turkeys. I said, the snake got it. I was 2 one day. And about 4 o'clock, I said, I believe I'll go pick enough blackberries to make a pie for tomorrow. And I come back, and she said, thought she was going to pick blackberries. I said, the snake got it. That was 3 snakes one day. I just stood there in my foot, crawling over. And if I had to have on high-top shoes that was high and common, I wouldn't be here. What I guess I'd been snake
Didn't you?
Do you think of anything else?
Can you?
Butter so much.
I don't know, I just didn't like the churn. I had the churn every morning. My sister churned one morning, I churned the next morning.
What would you put in there to make the butter? Just milk?
Just milk.
Just milk. How long would you have to do it for?
I don't know, different times. Sometimes it didn't take long, sometimes it took a long time. I had to churn over at school. And then we come from school, we was unbuttoning our dresses and getting them off and getting on our old everyday dresses and going to the field, pick peas and do something with it. I liked it really. I really did.
Maybe they don't know how to make butter. These people probably don't know how to make butter.
Tell us how you made the butter.
Well, you just let the milk get good, and you put it in the churn, and the churn should churn
Up and down, up and down.
And so it'll stick to what you call it,
No, she don't want you to read that.
Yeah.
and, to the dasher. I have to think of Arthur, and whenever it could stick into the dasher, his dad got in the chair, and I went down to one of my neighbors to quilt one morning. She had up a quilt, and she wasn't there. Something happened. She wrapped a towel around her churn. I sat down and churned. Oh, she's gone. Took up the mother, and she came in. And another time I went, she had up a quilt, and she's gone that time. I left that quilt down, she had it rolled out, and I sat there quilting, and she had that.
Well, thanks, Miss Jarvis. Thank you very much. Gertrude Jarvis.
Who these people are?
Yeah, that's my son and his wife.
And
And that's the oldest grandson. He's at college at Cookville. And that's him again. And that's Ike.
that's you and,
Yeah, and that's that and down there, that's them boys' grandma and my mother's great-grandmother. And that's my grandpa and grandma, my mother's folks.
is this your mother or is that you?
That's me.
That's Miss Jarvis when she was young.
And that's Thurman and Carlos and Sandy and Brenda. No, that's that one.
These are her grandchildren. Do you have a picture of your mother and daddy?
No, I've got them, but not got them here. That was my husband and me.
Okay.
They were made in 36.
This is made in 1936. Her husband and her. He did a lot of combining and things for people around over the county, didn't he?
Uh-huh.
When did he die?
He died in May of 1955.
1955.
Thurman got to see all 6 of his grandchildren, and Lyndon Curtis's baby is just the 5, 6 now.
You have 2 great-grandchildren? Cordy's.
Got 6. We have this old grandchild, and Sandra D is Linda's too.
Oh, okay.
And Freed Hardeman.
Freed Hardeman College.
And her little brother,
Is that her little brother?
uh-huh. No,
That one.
no, that's Curtis.
That's Cordis's.
That's Curtis's little, 2 little boys up there on top got the strawberry shirts on.
Get both of them.